Aloha and welcome. My name is Taylor Norris, and I'm a Galactic Astrology Soul Reader and Reiki Master Teacher. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you about the Pisces new moon on February 27th, 2025. Thank you so much for being here with me today in this video. A couple things before we get into the astrology. You are invited to the Pisces New Moon Distant Reiki Share. It is a free online event, and that's happening February 27th at 8 a.m. Hawaii time. You can check out the link will be below this video. And so you're welcome to RSVP and sign up for that. We'll look at the astrology for the first half of March, and we'll also do a Reiki journey together to bring in the higher frequencies of the new moon and the Pisces lunar cycle, which is a big one because this new moon is opening up eclipse season. Also, on Saturday, March 1st, I'm teaching a class that is intuitive astrology and a Reiki journey combined class. And it is for the Venus retrograde. It's called Embody Your Venus and Receive Miracles. I made a whole separate video about that class, and you can learn more information about it in the link below this video in the description box. But really, it is such a profound healing time right now, Pisces season, and this Venus retrograde. For those of you who are really ready to do the work and to reintegrate or perhaps deepen your integration, deepen your embodiment of Venus, now is the time. Venus is linked to love and money and relationships, self-esteem, self-worth, the pleasures of life, really having that sense of deep fulfillment in life. So she really brings a lot of goodness, and there's really often a lot of healing to do around Venus. That's why she told me she goes retrograde every 18 months because it's really easy on this planet for us to have Venus issues. And Venus retrograde is a wonderful time to reconnect and heal and reveal your healed Venus. So that's all I'll say about that for right now. The sacred circle is forming. I'm so excited for class. I'm excited for this week, and I'm excited to share with you about this new moon. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. And before I say anything, I would just like to invite you to share in the comments. How are you doing? How is Pisces season going for you? Are you still in a physical body? Are you still on planet Earth? When I was reflecting on really like what to share in this video, I got a bunch of different messages, and they each kept kind of like drifting away. And that was kind of just it, is that right now it feels like it's so easy to just kind of dissolve or even to disappear. We have the moon, the sun, Saturn, Mercury, North Node, and Neptune all in Pisces as we approach and come into the exactitude of this new moon. So that is a lot of Pisces. And what I've been noticing too is that this period has felt like accelerated, amplified, and enhanced level of healing that is taking place. And this really is incredible and deeply needed, clearly. And we're really just under 2 months into the north node of the moon being in Pisces. So it feels like a huge initiation into deeper healing, deeper integration, deeper wholeness, lots of release, lots of spiritual expansion, lots of downloads. And really like keep connected to your body, keep connected to this world because it's so easy to just kind of like slip away right now with all of this water and with Mars also in a water sign. Mars now direct at 17 degrees and 6 minutes of Cancer zodiac sign. So Mars station direct February 23rd. And this is also feeling like a great time to rest if you're feeling like your motivation is maybe not so high right now, or your energy levels aren't so high right now. Just know that Mars has changed direction. And so if you're needing more rest, if you're needing more relaxation, you're not feeling super motivated, that Mars forward, motivated, let's do it, let's accomplish our goals, let's take action energy will be picking up over the course of the rest of this month, and then certainly in March and April. So some of that energy and forward momentum can come back. But really, if you're still feeling kind of like slow and dreamy, just know that that is happening, and we will be taking the correct action steps moving forward. But to just be really patient, be really gentle with yourself. I think a key message too is to be very gentle with yourself. All of this Pisces, all of this water, be very gentle and compassionate with yourself, with others, with understanding all the different things going on in the world, to certainly like protect your energy, cleanse your energy field. And this is very sensitive energy, and that sensitivity level is being highlighted as the new moon at 9 degrees 40 minutes is in square to Jupiter in Gemini at 12 degrees 11 minutes of Gemini. So this can be a lot of scattered information, a lot of scattered energy, too much information, too many stories and voices, and like overwhelm. This can also be like a lot of spiritual downloads and revelations and connecting the dots and productive rabbit holes that you need to go down and study and explore. So, really knowing that Jupiter is expanding all of this water energy tremendously, and this can be very fruitful in terms of our insight, spiritual studies, and waking up the information and the wisdom and the knowledge contained within ourselves. This Jupiter square, as well as the new moon being conjunct this dwarf planet, Gong Gong, really does speak to that high sensitivity level, that high emotional energy level here. The new moon also in the sign of Pisces, its guiding planet being Neptune at nearly the final degree of the zodiac, its ancient guiding planet Jupiter being in this square relationship. So this is like a super Pisces energy signature. And just circling back here to this dwarf planet Gong Gong, this is one of the planets beyond the orbit of Pluto. So it has a longer orbital period. And what I've learned about this planet from the work of Alan Clay, Dwarf Planet University, my studies there, and the wonderful book that Alan wrote about the 10 dwarf planets, or more than 10, but at least 10 to start working with, is that Gong Gong is the emotional wizard energy. This is a dwarf planet that has the compassion, frequency, the channeling abilities, and really can speak to this emotional overwhelm, but it can also be this like creative outpouring and skillfully navigating the emotions and empathy and compassion and all of the different watery energies, subtler aspects of reality as well. So, using all the skills in your spiritual toolkit to support yourself and navigating the emotional waters to support others and to keep spiritually expanding in a very, with Saturn here, like a step by step kind of incremental way where there's so much expansion. Jupiter's like, now, let's go big, take it all in. And, the more I feel into this, the more I'm grateful that we have Saturn in Pisces. It's like, okay, let's, like dial it back a little bit and be a bit more supported, be a little bit more grounded, be a little bit more limited in the ways that limitation, constriction, and focus can actually be like a calibration type of relationship here. So I'm also seeing that coming through February 23rd. So before the new moon, Mercury will be conjoining Saturn at 20 degrees, 15 minutes. And this can be like a mental refresh. I was also seeing the image of like doing headstands and handstands, like taking a different perspective. This can be a great opportunity to have a shift in perspective, see things in a fresh, new, and different way, like get that different vantage point that maybe is unlike your normal vision and your normal perspective. So we have an opportunity to do this, and even like taking a perspective, like a bird's eye view of yourself, your life, other people, other situations, like imagining a situation from the vantage point of your guides or from the angels or from these higher heavens of consciousness, these higher dimensions of consciousness, seeing yourself, your life, others, situations, relationships through the eyes of love and from that higher perspective seems like something we will be supported in doing here. So the new moon, as I said, February 27th, this is occurring at 2:45 p.m. Hawaii time. Wonderful time to plant a seed of a new intention for this lunar cycle, to engage in spiritual practice. That's what Pisces is all about. That's what Neptune is all about, connecting with the water, hydrating yourself really, really well, and doing some energetic cleansing. This can be a very, very deeply healing, intuitive, magical, mystical, spiritual time. So carve out some time and space for yourself. This also might be like, I need a nap, or I need a rest, or I need a little bit more time sleeping or dreaming or being engaged in the art, being engaged in creative endeavors that really light up your soul. Looking at the galactic alignments of this lunation, we can see that the sun and the moon are actually aligned to this star called Scat in Aquarius constellation. And this is a star I haven't looked into too much or worked with too much, but looking into it, doing some preliminary investigation on astrologyking.com, it is linked to wishing. It's the star of the wish and the star of the foundation. So it seems like with all of this Pisces energy, it's really like, what are you wishing for? What are your hopes and dreams? And can we individually and come together as a collective, really focusing on the higher frequency manifestations, dreams and visions, and new earth and reality? Because what I've been shown right now is that it is uncertain, it is unclear, things aren't locked in stone, things are still thinking about like the glyph of Mars, where there's this circle and the like straight line arrow coming off. And it's like, it's a certain future. We're going in this direction. What I was shown is that there are a bunch of little Mars and all of the arrows are like wavy lines right now, or like blurry moving. And it really is like we are creating our reality. We are writing our story here, Jupiter and Gemini. We are speaking the spells to create the magic. We are creating in our imaginal realms and the etheric realms, like what we are empowering for this future, this big new beginning that we all know we're on the verge of. But things are very mutable. So certainly Saturn, use your focus, laser in your Mercury, your mind, your vision in on what you want to create and the frequencies and the qualities of beings that you want to have and want to embody moving forward, but focusing on wishes, focusing on miracles, because March is a really big month astrologically. And as I said, this new moon is initiating us into eclipse season. The full moon that corresponds with this new moon will be a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Very powerful lunar eclipse, and that will be followed by a partial solar eclipse in Aries. So both of those are occurring in March. We also have Neptune moving into Aries in March. We have Venus retrograde starting March 1st here at 10 degrees, 50 minutes of Aries zodiac sign. We have Mercury going retrograde between Aries and Pisces zodiac sign. So March is really like a compressed evolutionary period for quantum soul growth, quantum evolution. And that's another message I've received recently too, is that like we are all here to evolve human consciousness. And not everybody remembers that that's what they're doing. Okay. Like, all right. Yes. And also, everybody has different ideas about how to do that. And so, let me know if that resonates. That's something that really came in, and really seeing myself, for example, someone who came in to evolve human consciousness, like as an inside job, doing it from the inside out. And so, also thinking about what was revealed to me too is that like everybody who's on Earth is like is actually super highly evolved. Like we are all on equal playing field, super highly evolved souls, but the planet of forgetting, this planet of duality where the veil is so thick and the conditioning and the programming is so thick, and like some of these cyclic patterns are so big and heavy and have lasted so long, is that not everybody really awakens to that. We all come in, we're like, yes, we'll remember. It won't be that hard, because when you're not in a body and you're not in this reality, it's hard to imagine how difficult it actually is. But just to know that, that was a really humbling Virgo kind of realization to have. That's something I realized before, but like everyone here on Earth really is highly evolved, and to maybe even see with those eyes of compassion, as well as that we're all in different stages and phases of our remembering and of our how do we evolve human consciousness from the inside out, because it's a big project. It's a big task, and like we're all like humanity is a one. It's a one. It's a oneness. Human consciousness is deeply, inextricably bound to earth consciousness, and it's, nested within earth consciousness here. And so it's really, I invite you to have your own insights and awarenesses, and certainly let me know in the comments what is coming through for you in terms of insights. Is maybe something I'm sharing sparking a dot connection for you, or if you've had any others that you would like to share, certainly let me know below. So you can see in the galactic chart too, there's not like a whole lot of star alignments. Most of these are ones that we've been dealing with for a while, because it's with the slower moving outer planets, Pluto with Altair, Neptune with Skiat in the supergalactic center, Uranus with Hadar. This is a little bit different for Uranus. Uranus has been highlighting Capulus, but now Hadar, this planet, this star system with planets very much linked to utopia and unconditional pure love. So that's some pretty beautiful support from Uranus to help us awaken those heavenly, heaven on earth codes, ascension codes, loving awareness codes within our bodies, our beings, our physicality, Taurus, and also within our third eye, within our intuition. Jupiter recently, changed direction, has really been drilling down on 11 degrees, now 12 degrees Gemini, conjoining Aldebaran, opposing Antares and the Great Attractor. Again, just like showering down benevolence and also showering down this frequency of like being in integrity and reflecting on what integrity is all about, and understanding our spiritual protection, our spiritual support is so vast. I mean, look at all this Pisces energy being expanded by Jupiter in alignment to the royal stars. So it's really there to really trust the invisible. And we have a chance, I think, to be in even greater communion with the invisible than maybe we've ever had in this lifetime. Mars opposing Vega star and Lyra, really unlocking this embodied awareness of our connection, our human lineage connection to the stars, to ancient Lyra, to the origin of the Milky Way galaxy, and to the original founders of all these spiritual traditions and religious paths in not just planet Earth, but all over the Milky Way galaxy. The ancient Vegans were very much responsible for those initial spiritual practices and ways of going within to reconnect with source energy, to reconnect to the divine, and to feel fully embodied and not separate from our innate divinity. Mercury conjoining Markab star and Pegasus. Stay stable, be kind. This is a star of stability and a star that is, again, having, Mercury just conjoined Saturn too. It's like stabilizing the mental body, and maybe we're stabilizing into a new and fresh and helpful perspective that perhaps we are going to revisit and review and rework here as Mercury does its retrograde dance throughout the second half of March. But that something could be coming in here, a new insight. And again, just remembering ancient knowledge too, I'm really feeling with this particular alignment here, and receiving those insights, that clarity, that mental reprogramming that we all need from time to time. Again, the Mercury goes retrograde every 3 months because on Earth, we need Mercury retrograde every 3 months because the mental body can get all jammed and clogged, and there can be even additional programming and conditioning to just keep shedding, keep clearing out that mental body and resetting it. So, thank you, Mercury, for helping us with that cycle, with that work. The Sabian symbol for this particular degree, Pisces 10, is an aviator pursues his journey flying through ground obscuring clouds. Keynote: man's ability to develop powers and skills which, by transcending natural limitations, allow him to operate in mental, spiritual realms. So, this is speaking of evolving stages of consciousness and human activity. It evokes the achievement of mastery. How beautiful is that? I really love that. That is Dane Rudger's interpretation of this particular degree point. So hopefully we can all welcome in even greater levels of soul mastery, spiritual mastery, emotional mastery, mental mastery, Venusian mastery, Mercurial mastery, all the different planets, mastery as pertains all our earthly matters, and certainly as pertains the frequencies of this solar system and this Milky Way galaxy. So that's all I'm going to share for today. Please join the Pisces New Moon Distant Reiki share. Check it out in the description below. You can RSVP for that. And also, if you are ready to welcome in even greater miracles, magic, joy, fulfillment, blessings, and reconnect with your Venus, then please take a look at this Venus retrograde class I'm teaching. It feels like the beginning of the work of my soul, is what is coming with this. I was like, I didn't know I am meant to be more of a Venusian astrologer than I was or than I am. So I'm really excited to step into this Venus portal with our sacred circle, and just sending you so much love, so many blessings and connection and support. And really, don't dissolve, don't disappear, keep showing up, stay stable, be kind, just keep showing up as you matter, your light matters, your love matters, your intentions matter, and they do make a difference, because Mars has that little squiggly line right now. Like, reality is uncertain. And so the more we can tap into these higher frequencies together, support each other as we do that, dream and envision the future together, expand into more of our clarity and our spiritual integrity, the more this whole human consciousness evolution can go about in a soft, smooth, gentle, productive, harmonious, beautiful way. Aho, amen, namaste. And so it is. Mahalo.